What is up, Bray Gang? It's your boy back at it again with a video that I kind of wanted to have kind of a heart-to-heart with you guys really quick because something did come to my attention and I wanted to talk about it because this is kind of a serious thing and I feel like you guys should hear my thoughts and feelings on this. And I've seen this happen quite a bit. So as you probably saw in the title, you're like, whoa, what is this guy talking about? I want to say last year, matter of fact, 2 years ago, there was a kid that was getting bullied in school, and his mother recorded, him, the after effects of him getting bullied, and everybody stepped forward, celebrities stepped forward, they were trying to help him out. They started a GoFundMe for him because he got beat up. Apparently his clothes got ripped. He didn't have a lot for himself. And the mother was really trying to emphasize that. She's like, she really wanted to help her son. She was, she was like trying to seek help for her kid. Now, came out later that it was all a hoax and she staged the entire thing. She recorded him, she made him cry. She's like, all right, cool, like, put on a show, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna make a video, it's gonna go viral. And it did. And it wasn't until a UFC fighter discovered that they were doing this for money because he offered them tickets to one of his fights. And she turned down the tickets and demanded that she get money and her GoFundMe, and then proceeded to say some racist things about other demographics that the guy was like, oh, this is who this person is. And then he exposed her. Everybody went back to bullying the kid, rightfully so. I mean, I don't really promote bullying at all, but I'm just saying, like, the kid had it coming, obviously. The kid said some really racist things, and then everybody turned around and they're like, well, bruh, we're not going to support that. In fact, if anything, we're going to talk shit back to you. Now, I bring this up because there was a very recent incident that happened very recently, and I rolled my eyes as the second I saw the incident because I'm like, this seems very, very, very fishy. There is a kid, he goes by Quad Boss on Instagram, and he basically, in the video, he's crying. He was being bullied or whatever. Like, I guess he was bullied, and the mother was recording him crying, and he was saying all kinds of very extreme things that I can't really repeat on here, but it all pointed to self-harm and self-inflicted pain and stuff like that he wanted to do to himself because of all the stuff he was going through in school. And my first initial thought is, especially, so I thought, I'm like, if I have a child and my child is saying all these things, the last thing I would do is pull out my phone and record my child saying these horrible things that he's going to do to himself because of the bullying he's experienced. I would try to get him help. I would try to make sure that he understands that, this is a small part of a bigger picture and that he can make it through anything. But the last thing I would do is put him on blast, record it, and post it to the rest of the world, because that already sends a bad message to the child and the rest of the world. Because when you do stuff like that, because it was so extreme and it seemed incredibly unbelievable. I mean, for me, the kid was crying and, tears in his eyes, everything. And at first it seemed very believable, but then he started getting out of control with the stuff he was saying. And I'm like, I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. And you can call me harsh. You can call me a horrible person, but I've been very desensitized with the stuff I've seen on the internet. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us can agree that that has been the case. And I feel like when there's serious situations like this, we shouldn't really have to question whether or not it's genuine or not. We should, oh, wow, this is crazy. Let's go help this person out. But on the back end, this kid, and I knew it was going to happen. There was going to be some celebrity out there that was going to bend and break and go like, oh my God, don't worry, you have a friend in us. Like, we'll extend a helping hand. I know you're getting bullied at school and blah, 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 blah. Turns out that these actors step forward. They send like their condolences to him, and they give him a boost, and then everybody finds out that this kid, quote unquote, that was putting on this act was just that. It was an act. He was pretending to have the repercussions of being bullied and stuff like that. And he was seen like, he started a GoFundMe. He made a lot of money off that GoFundMe after the video went viral, and played everybody like a fiddle. And it's a trending thing that people are doing now, where they make these videos of children who are supposedly getting bullied in schools, and they want everybody to feel sympathy for them. And so they're like, oh, please just accept a donation and blah, blah, blah. I want to be real with you. Every kid gets bullied at least once. You cannot live on this earth without getting bullied by somebody at least once, unless you lock yourself at home and get homeschooled and, like, you know, never leave your house after that. Because I promise you, as long as you're breathing, if you encounter a person, there's going to be at least one person that doesn't like you. And typically what happens when people don't like you, they talk a lot of crap about you. So apparently this day and age, the saying sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, that's not a thing. In fact, sticks and stones will break your bones, and so will words, apparently, because we've become so soft as a society that words are like, they're cutthroat. And it's to the point, I actually saw this, I was watching a podcast earlier, which is why I'm talking about this. There was a dude that actually got thrown in jail for 6 years for you know, making death threats in a voice chat on a RuneScape lobby. But it was like some playful, you know, like, you know how it was back in the day when people were like, oh, like, I can't believe you did that. Well, next time I see you on the map, I'm gonna blah, 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 whatever. And that's all it was. But they took it so serious and they locked him up for inciting violence and blah, 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 whatever. Crazy, crazy, craziness. I hate it when people exploit serious issues for personal financial gain. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. You can call me a hypocrite or whatever, but I don't think I've ever done that on this channel at all. Like, literally exploiting real issues for financial gain. Like, if somebody is trying to, you know, harm themselves or whatever, then people make, you know, they're like, oh, well, maybe if I record myself and say that I'm going to self-harm myself, then I'm going to get so much support. That happened earlier last year with another YouTuber I'm not going to name. He did the same thing. I saw his channel before he did this video. He had barely any subscribers, and then he made a video where he's like, oh, like, I'm breaking down, blah, 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 you know, whatever. And it went viral, and the dude, like, had hundreds of thousands of subscribers within a week of him posting that video. And it was not because his content was good, it was because people felt bad for him because of that video. And then it came out that that was a hoax as well. Oh, look at the camera. Look at the time and look at the camera. Sorry, ladies and gents, hold on one second. Anyways, my whole point is I am not with that stuff at all. Like, I can't, hold on, cool, and we're here. I can't support it. I cannot support it. I cannot support BS. So I actually ask a series of questions and stuff to make sure that it's valid. You know, I don't just believe the first thing I hear, because I think that's what the society is trying to train everybody to think, that, you know, the first piece of information you hear is supposed to be right, whether it's right or not, if that makes sense. If the very first thing you hear has to be right. And that's exactly where our society is doing as far as pushing us in a direction. And I'm not supporting that. I'm not. I'm not. I like to do my research. I don't do it all the time, but for the most part I do, especially for stuff like that. I'm like, come on, man. If it's like you're asking me for money, I want to know why you need the money. Like, what motivated you to even ask me a question like that, and if your situation warrants me funding that, you know? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know, let me know what your thoughts and feelings are on situations like this, because this is not an isolated incident. There's also another YouTuber in Germany, you guys know who he is, I don't really have to say it, Miguel Pablo. He faked being gay for views. Came out, and you know, it came out like in private that somebody exposed him, that he actually wasn't gay, and, you know, he came forward and did a whole big reveal, and I'm like, that's not cool, bro. Like, what? Because coming out videos, believe it or not, do really well in the algorithm. Like, you make a coming out video that is gonna get millions of views. millions of views. And another thing I'm noticing too are the depression videos, people making anxiety videos, depression videos. And I'm not saying they should not be made at all. I'm just saying that there's people who are clearly exploiting that, exploiting the crap out of it. And it sucks. It sucks because let's say they make a video on that and it gets 1 or 2 views. Do you think they're going to make a video like that again? Probably not. They're probably going to talk about whatever is going to get them the most views. And if it's something controversial, but that YouTube or whatever the algorithm promotes, they're probably going to make a video off of it. I'm not saying that none of those people's feelings were genuine. I'm just saying question the information you're ingesting before you just blindly ingest information, please, because it's affecting everybody on the platform and it's promoting the wrong people and it's putting the wrong people in positions of power. It sucks. That's pretty much it. It's my rant. I might do rants like this more often. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are, though, in the comments down below, because I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say. The topic is basically people using real issues and exploiting them for their own personal financial gain or personal gain in any sense, whether that be clout and followers, but followers equal money eventually. So personal financial gain. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.